Oh my goodness. We're live. I love doing this.
30 minutes before the game.
Wow. Can't believe the game time's in 30 minutes, guys.
Ready
What
to go.
is up, everybody? And welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go!
Let's go. Presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR whenever you sign up and make all your wildest dreams come true whenever you listen to that genius over there who's going to make it. Are you making us money tonight?
Tonight's a tough one for me to make money on. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to make money, but...
He's hedging in the intro.
Dude, I can't believe I just threw like a home run derby softball pitch, and he's like, I'm not going to take a swing yet.
Life is about being honest. That's what I have learned in a few of my relationships. You have to be honest.
Yeah, it's such BS, man. Such
Wow.
BS. Nuggets
Deep.
playing host to the Utah Jazz tonight. The very shorthanded Utah Jazz, as we're going to get to in a second. And I think it's a big game. That's why, of course, today's show is all about why today marks a sort of rebirth, if you will, of the Denver Nuggets. A rebirth. We'll go
Nuggets
over all of
2.0.
those different things. And then also talk about who is this stretch best for. Power ranking who this upcoming home-heavy stretch is best for the Denver Nuggets. So help me do it. I got the man in black, Brendan Vogt.
Another takeover with the fellas.
Oh, my God.
What a treat.
What a treat, man.
I'm
What a
excited.
treat. It's a great catchphrase, man. It's a great
man,
one.
that
Dude. You
was
really
great.
did. You really nailed it, Vote. Over here looking suave as always. Got the wristwatch, the timepiece, if you will.
Yeah, little Citizen Echo Drive. Yeah, no big deal.
All right. Wow. What a
Just
drop.
kidding. It's not even that nice of a watch.
Sounded cool to me.
Another show with the fellas.
Wow. So good. Even Wynn wants it.
All right.
All right. And then over there, Superstar Dev, who's not feeling very confident tonight, apparently. Low confidence from Dev.
I mean, I'm just a fella.
Just a regular fella.
Just a fella.
So much a
Wow.
weird interview.
So some weak energy
This
from
is some
Dev.
really weak energy for what should be an incredible night.
Turn that around because we have the takeover.
We got the
today.
takeover.
yeah.
You know, the
Takeover.
bar's going to be popping all night. And then after the game, Davon Reed's going to be coming in. Maybe somebody else. Maybe we'll also get a couple other people. Who knows? But Davon Reed will be live in
awesome.
studio after the game. Hopefully the vibes will be great. And by the way, if you're not part of the takeover, maybe you just want to come to the DNVR bar afterwards, grab some food. Kitchen's going to be open. We got the bar popping. Davon will be here signing autographs, taking pictures, kissing babies, shaking hands, all that stuff. And then also he's giving away free tickets to Nuggets game. So he'll have tickets to give away that he'll personally be raffling off. You get a raffle ticket, and he'll hand those away. But first, you got to take care of business. Nuggets are taking on the Utah Jazz.
Yes, they are.
But it's not really the Utah Jazz.
Who even is the Utah Jazz these days? If we're being totally honest.
They're all on the injury report.
Mike Conley is out. Jordan Clarkson is out. Lauri Markkanen is out. Colin Sexton is out.
Goodness.
That three of those guys are Nuggets killers. Because I was
yeah.
thinking, like, if it was just Jordan Clarkson or just Colin Sexton or even Markkanen, I'd have been like, I don't know, maybe he'll go off. They're all out.
For sure. Also out, Simone Fontecchio.
Hey, Serbia killer.
Yeah, I know his name. We know him well.
Seared in there.
There is one guy, though, who's playing tonight who's a Nuggets killer, absolute Nuggets killer. Do you know who it is?
Walker Kessler.
Is he playing?
Huh?
Does Walker Kessler play?
He's starting. Probably. Yeah. Big night for him.
Really?
I mean, Malik Beasley is playing tonight.
Kelly, well, he is too, actually. He
Kelly
brings it.
Kelly
Kelly
Olynyk.
Olynyk, though, is a Nuggets killer.
Yeah.
And he'll be out there tonight.
How many
so.
tweets are we going to see tonight about, what about Kelly Olynyk as the backup center?
We'll
Wouldn't
probably
he
see a
look
lot.
good
Yeah,
in a
we'll
Nuggets
probably
jersey?
see a lot. Nonetheless, that's a really short-handed Utah group, man.
For sure. Well, plus, they're on the second night of a back-to-back.
Oh, man.
They played Minnesota last night. They lost in Rudy Gobert's return to Utah.
Wow.
This is a scheduled loss for the Jazz, and they're treating it like such.
Man, that's crazy. What was it like? Did Rudy Gobert get a standing ovation? Did he get booed?
I don't
We
know.
know.
I don't think it made any
I don't really
splash
You know,
watch
this is what's funny is I
Minnesota
didn't even
Timberwolves
realize that was his return to Utah.
Yeah.
What a quiet return.
He just doesn't.
Anthony
generate-
Edwards didn't
Bro.
even realize it either.
What do you mean?
Did you see the interview with Anthony Edwards
Did
the
you
other
not
day?
know where Gobert played?
He was asked about like Rudy Gobert going back to Utah and why it was a big game, and he goes, "Why is it a big game?"
Bro.
That's the Rudy Gobert effect.
Yeah.
Right there.
I honestly, you guys think I'm joking. I feel bad for Rudy Gobert. How is he everyone's least favorite player?
Well, he
He
is
started
the face
COVID.
of the NBA COVID.
He started COVID. That's true.
So that's part of
He
it.
did start COVID.
And I honestly think it all started going downhill for him when he cried when he didn't make the All-Star game, which I don't even
Yeah, I
strong-
think you're
we
right.
hate him. What
I
are we
think
talking
you're
about?
right
Why am I
about
feeling
that.
bad? We
I know,
hate him.
I know.
Yeah, but why do you hate him? Like, at what point was it that put you over that edge?
I know what it is. This is the lamest. I could tell you exactly when it was. He had this one weird block shot, and to celebrate, he did this like goofy little he just looks so goofy, and I was like, I can't like this dude. I can't like him.
Man. It's tough for 7-footers to look cool.
And he is the most
Yeah.
uncool looking
He's not good
7-footer.
at it.
So, it is funny because this one is in some ways a battle of the Northwest Division. 15-10 Denver versus 15-13 Utah. Utah is sinking like a stone, but last night's game was a big one for Denver because it was against Portland. It was a divisional matchup, and it did separate those two teams by 2 games now. And this is another one that can just continue to separate Denver from their divisional opponent. So, so I do think it'll be a big one. Any other notes? What about the Nugget side?
Michael Porter's out. 9th straight game that he's missing with the heel strain.
Yeah.
Sick.
Jamal Murray, probable left knee contusion.
Is it a strain or a sprain?
Porter?
Yeah, heel sprain.
Strain.
Strain.
Strain means muscles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Strain. Jamal Murray, probable left knee contusion.
Yeah, I don't love that.
That's the bad knee. Jeff Green, probable right knee contusion.
What's the thing we used to always say? Jamal Murray, when he gets hurt, gets good. Remember, he got hurt in the first half last
Except if it's like a major,
unless he's
major
out for
injury.
2 years. Yeah, unless that happens.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's probable. Probable to whip ass.
Dev, Jamal Murray got cooking in that game. Is that momentum to tonight's game?
Absolutely. Just want to get back right. They were coming off of a 3-game losing streak, and for you to fight back in the game, get a win against a division opponent in a really good battle, like that's where you feel like you could get your streak going. You play a Utah team who clearly is just tanked on the game. So now you could pick up 2 wins in a row and just try to get your footing. So I think that was just great for momentum.
Yeah. You seeing it as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it was the fashion in which it happened. Maybe it would have been more encouraging to see 4 quarters of stifling defense, but just some juice, some life, and of course, Jamal is really the ultimate guy that generates that on this team, right? Yeah. So he did it in a passionate fashion, in electric fashion, and hopefully just galvanizes these guys a little bit, wakes them up a bit, because malaise might be an understatement for that losing streak.
Nuggets favored by 11 points tonight, so Vegas is looking at this one and saying this can be a great get-right game for Denver. Of course, they did get a big win in the last one, so they already have a get-right game. But this one, to me, you keep the momentum going. It's not, just like last game took everything out of them. This game, you hope to kind of get your rhythm, get your connection, and everybody feeling good about themselves again. Tonight's a great spot, which brings us to our next topic here, a little schedule breakdown. And fellas, I feel like tonight is something of a rebirth of the Denver Nuggets.
You've said that word twice now.
Yeah, rebirth. A rebirth. Who did the Denver Nuggets play on opening night of the NBA season?
I believe it was the Utah Jazz.
They lost that game.
Utah Jazz.
They lost that game. So it's fitting that on the rebirth of the Denver Nuggets, they also faced the Utah Jazz. They just had a stretch of games in which they were on the road, basically nonstop since training camp, right? They've been on the road. They've been home for 2-game homestands. That's it. 1 or 2 games, and then you're back on the road. But listen to this, guys. 17 of the next 22 games for the Denver Nuggets are at home. 17 of the next 22. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. Over that stretch, so just 5 road games over the until January 23rd. Think about how far that is. We're in December. January 23rd, only 5 road games. No other team over that stretch has fewer than 9 road games. Denver has half as many games as road games as the second fewest road games in the NBA. This is their moment. They have by far the easiest schedule between now and January 23rd. It does get really hard after that again. Like they had a hard start, hard end. But this middle part is so cushy in terms of both competition and being at home that they have to make a move. And again, the average road games over that stretch is 11. Denver has 5.
It's crazy.
Now it gets even crazier. Would you believe that? They will spend a total of 5 nights on the road over the next 46 and 46 at home. So out of the next 51 days, actual calendar days, they will only be on the road for 5. Now, some of those will be flying back. They'll get back at 3 in the morning. I'm not counting those because you are home in your own bed. You get to sleep in the morning and have breakfast, the way you want it. But only 5 nights between now and January 23rd will they be in not their bed.
I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. Like the entire season, when the schedule comes out, we're like, oh man, they're on the road every game early on. And then we identified this portion of the schedule as like the time they could make a move.
Right.
It's coming at a great time, I think, because like Denver, you can tell just from talking to players, coaches, people around the team, they're fed up with being on the road.
Yeah, of course.
So it's all lining up.
I'm telling you, when I say January 23rd, that sounds so far away.
Yeah.
The end of January, Dev, is like when this stretch gets over. I mean, only to be gone from here. I'll be gone from my house more than 5 nights over between that stretch. They'll be at home more than I will be at home over that stretch.
Yeah, and then it's also a team that, like, I mean, you have advantages of playing in the Mile High City. You have advantages of playing in front of your home crowd. You get to rest a lot better. You get to be around family. So the vibes can certainly go up. And the best part about it is you're not even at your best. You're not even at full strength right now, and you get yourself going. Right now, the Nuggets are in 4th in the Western Conference. They're down by 2 games from 1st.
Right.
You get 1 win tonight, and you're tied with the Suns, who are on a 3-game losing streak themselves. So this is the right time to be able to just get some footing and get some momentum and push forward. So this couldn't have came at a better time for them.
Kale, do you have the graphic that I sent you? Pull that up real quick, because this comes from Positive Residual, who does a great job breaking down the NBA schedule. And take a look at this. On the left is road games over that stretch I'm talking about. See Denver on the far, far left? That's their 5 games. Everybody else makes up that block on the far right side.
Is that the road map?
And then the road map, look at this. They go to Minnesota and back, 1-game road trip. They go to L.A. and back, 1-game road trip.
Wow.
They go to L.A. again to play the Clippers that time and back. And then they go to Sacramento for 2 games back-to-back. So that's it. Look at that. They don't go anywhere.
That's what that graph is all the way on the left?
On the left is road games. That 5, that's where they're the huge outlier. Everybody else is way over there.
During COVID in the hood, they were doing the crate challenge, and that's what I thought that's what I thought that was.
That was a wild time.
So I'm glad that's not the crate challenge.
They were doing that everywhere, Dev. I saw some crate challenges.
I promise you did not see white people doing the crate challenge. like, there's no reason for you to lie.
I'm telling you. I'm not saying I did the crate challenge. I'm just saying people were doing the crate challenge.
You look at the West, fellas, it's just begging to be taken by some team. Someone go on a run. First team to go on a run may be the one that separates themselves from a pack. You know, so is this the chance for Denver to really, really build on stuff and not just when a couple take a step back, but build on things? You know, we heard from Jeff Green recently, I think at a shoot around, about how it actually is still early. There's time. You know, you don't want to be clicking and peaking yet as a basketball team. Well, I think now is the time to start. If there's a next gear, clicking it in a little bit here, because you can go on a roll, you can build some habits, you can snowball this thing, right? In terms of good habits, positive results, good vibes. Oh, this is the team we are. So, I mean, you got to feast off this opportunity, and I think they can.
No, well, to build off of that, I would say not only can they, I think it's essential, because the schedule is hard after that, that Denver has to make their move now. You know, it's like a distance runner that doesn't have a good kick. You need to build up a good little padding here. I think that's going to be Denver. But more to the point, Pelicans have the hardest schedule over this stretch. Not the whole year, just this stretch I'm talking about. Memphis is middle of the pack, I think 11 home, 11 road, medium competition. And Phoenix has one of the toughest stretch. Like Phoenix and Pelicans were both like top 5 toughest stretches. So the teams that are in the top 4 with Denver all should expect to either plateau or whatever, whereas Denver needs to make a big move here. And I'll say this. I think Denver needs to be the number 1 seed by the end of this, by January 23rd, to be the number 1 seed by the end of the year. Yeah. And I think they will be. I'm not saying they will be the number 1 by the end of the year, but I think they will be the number 1 at the end of this home heavy stretch.
Yeah, they definitely could be. Here are the 2 things I'm watching for over this stretch. One is the defense. If the Nuggets don't defend over this home heavy stretch, forget about it for the rest of the season.
Forget about it.
They're not going to defend for the rest of the season if they can't do it at home over the next couple weeks. Also, this is going to be the time, I think, for Jamal Murray to lock in.
Yeah.
Like, at home, not a ton of, like, back-to-backs, not a ton of travel. this is a great opportunity for Jamal Murray to lock in, find his rhythm, and then, boom, just take off for the rest of the season.
So that brings us to our next one, which is power rankings here. And I'll start with you, Dev. Power rank for you who the number one player that will benefit the most from this home-heavy schedule, from being home for the next 6 weeks. Who do you think will benefit most from that?
That's tough.
You can't say yourself.
He's like,
He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it.
No, actually, it's a disadvantage for me because you're going to be at the arena. We bring 2 people to the arena, so I
You
have
can go
no
to the
way
arena.
There's no way I can
You
leave
want to go
early.
to the arena?
He's talking about
So
segment
it's
3.
yeah, now you're forced to be here, so that makes it
that's
tough.
tough.
Yeah,
I
it's going to
think
be a tough stretch for you.
I think it has to be Bones.
That's who
for
I
me.
said.
Great answer.
I think it has to be. First off, he plays so well at home. He loves the home crowd. He loves to get everyone going. He loves when everybody's chanting his name and getting the screams and things like that you don't get on the road. Also, it's important for the second unit to try to find some consistency and a rhythm that they have not had because he has been in and out of
Right.
the rotation.
Right.
Or just the lineup completely. So if he's able to have a stretch where he's playing well, the backup unit is playing well as a unit, not only are you going to take first, but now you have some footing going throughout the rest of the season. So it's important for the Nuggets, but it's definitely important for Bones.
He also hasn't been in the lineup that much.
He's had such a weird season.
Yeah.
It's been a really weird season for Bones. But, I mean, he can be such a swing player for the Nuggets, I feel like, over the rest of the year. You know, he can elevate the second unit to new heights. He can make that
He's
unit
going to, man.
not only playable, but maybe even good.
Yeah.
He can mesh with the starters. He can play with the starters and move Jamal Murray off the ball and let Jamal cook in that way. He can close some games for Denver. Bones, like, he can raise the ceiling of this team so much over, the next couple months. And I feel like he just hasn't had the opportunity to, like, get his footing this year.
Right.
This is the time he can do that.
So I predicted that Bones would be like a fall guy, this year, that people would be mad at him. And I think that's been true. Like, you see, look at the time. Like, people are like, he shoots too much ball, too sticky, this or that, doesn't play defense, whatever. I'm going to predict now. I'm going to take the victory lap on this one. But I'm going to predict now that that's over. Now we're in the cycle where people are going to come back and be like, no, this guy's dope. He's incredible. Superstar in the making. All right, Bones, we think is number one. Who's next to you? Most will benefit from a home-heavy stretch.
We didn't touch on it already, but I think it's got to be Jamal Murray.
Hell yeah.
We know how he feeds off the home crowd. We know how momentum can be like something he wields, as a weapon, a tool. So you just think about Jamal, the 2 guys on this team. If you close your eyes and I say someone just hit a big 3 and they're pumping up the crowd, they're high-fiving,
right.
it's those 2 guys, right, by a mile. So it's got to be Jamal. And then, build off that, coming from Portland, the way it goes down, now you come back. Jamal is the exact type of player who that would be what gets him going.
Oh, yeah. I never buy into that stuff with really anybody,
Right.
but I buy into it with Jamal.
It seems like that's exactly how it works. So
Yeah.
this is his time, I think, and a good time for him to really help this team turn a corner.
Yeah. I 100% agree. It's Jamal Murray being home like this, getting a rhythm. I just think that we're going to see Jamal officially over the hump within the next 2 weeks. And then it's going to continue, obviously, for the rest of this homestand. Number 3, Dev. Or actually, I'll go with you, Harrison. You, number 3. Who would you say is number 3? Most benefits. I have a top 5.
Michael Malone.
I had him fourth. That's a great answer. 100%.
Actually, I feel like it could go both directions for Michael Malone.
No way, man.
If they don't show up at home, then
Oh, no.
we're in some real trouble. But the odds are that I think the Nuggets are going to take care of business during this stretch and just stacking wins. Nothing more than Michael Malone loves than just stacking wins. Maybe getting back to playing defense. Nothing more Michael
don't
Malone
get
loves
greedy
than,
now. Don't get
than
greedy.
winning while playing defense.
Yeah.
Maybe he can settle in, during this stretch.
I think there's no question that it's Michael Malone could have been number 1, to be honest with you. Like, he easily could have been number
Some
1.
time with the family.
Little time with the family, just relax. He's gonna be down,
Check
enjoying.
out a couple breweries,
Get some Pilsner, some IPAs. Who else is on this list of top 5? We got 3 so far.
Nikola Jokic.
I strong agree.
Like, it just has to be. This is the back-to-back MVP. starting to come along and be able to score that basketball whenever he wants to.
He could have done that on the road, though.
Yeah, but he's just starting to – he's looking a little bit more like himself, I feel like, as far as just locked in, I guess, assertive, wanting to score the basketball, wanting everyone else around him to get themselves going, and not having an MPJ. It just kind of, him and Jamal Murray's rhythm together and the way that they're playing together right now is just at a high. It's just going together. So if you get to continue building on that, especially while MPJ is not there, you could just get more momentum.
I wonder if Nikola Jokic needed to see a gash in his arm, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, the regular season started. Okay, all right, we're going."
That's how
now.
you wake him up.
All right, now we're going.
Do you, Dev, feel like Jokic has been happy this year?
Not really.
At all. I mean, it's
Not really.
miserable.
I'm just trying to think about when I have seen him happy.
Yeah, we've seen the Joker being like.
He wasn't even happy when Vlatko hit the half court.
I'm telling you, I think we see Jokic with a little twinkle in his eye over the next couple little bit. Maybe he's not going to be, to your point, Bones Highland out there, just hugging everyone.
I mean, Jokic missed Slava. It's coming up.
Slava's coming up, baby. We're almost at our Slava. All right, so we got the 4 who I think are obvious. Let's throw a wild card in there. Who wants to take it?
I'll take it. He's not playing right now. Michael Porter Jr. Little time with the team, home stretch practice.
If he plays.
Test out the heel.
Yeah, if he plays.
Test out the heel. Be closer with the team. Don't have to figure out, are you going on these road trips? Are you not? Be around the facility.
All right.
Maybe the team gets a better sense of how Mike's doing. Mike gets to be closer with the team. Maybe he tries out a practice or two. He gets an opportunity here.
Yeah, Bruce Brown will be able to hit the driving range more regularly.
Maybe.
Now that he's in Denver more.
Who do you think enjoys the road trips the most?
The most?
Yeah, just like
DeAndre Jordan,
yeah,
probably.
it's him by it.
He's got his spots in every city, taking everybody to dinner.
Any other guesses? I'll throw out my candidate. I think Zeke Naji. And here's why. Because he's a young player. I think he benefits the most from a little bit of practice time, and we'll just get an opportunity here. Plus, unproven guys seem to shoot better at home. I mean, this is just a big thing. So it's an opportunity for him to get another shot at that.
He does usually look great in practice. We know that.
Oh, man.
I think Zeke Naji gets an extended opportunity.
God, I hope so.
I'm just saying because of injury.
Please.
I just think at some point over this homestand, you're going to rest a guy or this or that, and I think he gets an extended look. And it being at home is much better than being on the road or what have you. So I think that's it. All right, it's that time. Everybody's favorite time. Open up that DraftKings Sportsbook app. Dev, you have some bets for us. I have one as well that I'll do. I have my single game parlay already ready to go.
Snap.
Did it early. I was
ready. So Nuggets got the monkey off their back with a much-needed buzzer-beating win to end the losing streak.
Hell yeah. I remember that.
And you know what? Now is the time to turn it around. We have a takeover, damn it. And there's one thing about those takeovers. The Denver Nuggets know we have the takeovers. They play well when we're at the arena.
They're playing up to the takeover.
They get the crowd going.
That's right,
and that's what it's about. So Denver's coming to this game as 12-point favorites.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of points, but at least we know that there's going to be a win. I'm going to stay away from that.
Okay.
Do we like the minus 12 or are we going plus?
There's no way you take a 12. Even though if you asked me, I would think Denver wins by more than 12.
I do think that they win big as well.
But I mean, they could be up 20 and then win by 10, and you're like, damn it.
As far as the over/under, I don't understand how the Jazz are going to score the basketball.
Kelly Olynyk pick and pop.
I don't like it at all.
Malik Beasley contested 3.
I like the under in this game.
Going off tonight.
It's 229. I just don't think that they have the horses to keep up. It's the second night of a back-to-back for them. That's just tough.
All right.
So I'm going to stay under. While I'm staying under there, Utah's team total over/under is 107.5.
Are we getting them under tonight?
I just don't know who their best player is in this game. And I think there's a chance for a Munder.
Wow.
But
that's
their team
early
is
Christmas
too high.
for Malone.
I think that the team is their point total is too high at 107.5. I'm going to go under on that. So you don't have to do the Munder. You could just go to under 107.
Do you like them under though?
I do.
You like him under?
I don't think that they could score.
Dude, a Munder during the takeover.
That would be insane.
We get the whole section chanting Munder in the fourth quarter.
Munder.
I'll ask
Then they'll
Malone
definitely
about it if we
This
get a
team
Munder.
is so down bad and missing guys that it's tough for me to take a guy on the other team.
That's good,
But I'm going to
Dev.
do it. I'm going to do it.
Oh my God,
I like
really?
Kelly Olynyk's points in this one. Someone has to score. It will likely be him or our boy Beasley.
Yeah, it's gotta
taking
be.
shots
You gotta
and they'll
take it.
run it
Speak
through
for
him.
yourself.
Kelly Olynyk's points is 15 and a half. I like it. I think he's going to get the over 15 and a half. Sticking to three-pointers, I have a trivia for you guys. What do you guys think Michael Beasley's points are in this game? Or not points, 3-pointers made.
Michael Beasley,
Michael
probably
Beasley, 2.5.
0.
0. Malik Beasley.
2.5?
2.5.
Malik Beasley. Sorry, Malik Beasley.
Malik
2.5.
Beasley, yeah, 2.5.
4.5.
What? All right, take the
It's
under.
at 4.5.
get
And
some
not only
shots.
is that 4.5, it's minus 110.
What?
We are taking the under.
Yeah, I love it.
That
I
is
haven't
a
taken.
typo.
You know
Big
what? I
time
haven't
under.
taken
A lot of
a
money on
under
that.
on a 3-point prop, and I don't think
4.5,
ever.
and he has to be the guy that brings the ball up the court too. There's no way he gets
He doesn't
that.
like that.
Under 4.5.
I love this bet. This is
Like it.
fun. Yeah, I like it just because I've never rooted against threes before. Now I'm gonna root against them.
So on the Nuggets side, this is a tough night just because they could beat them to sleep. They really can. And then also, they're gonna send us back to the bar for the full takeover experience with a win.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go after the backups
I
in this
love it.
game. This is about the other guys.
The others.
They have Jeff Green's points at 6.5.
Going over?
I'm going over.
I love
Is
it.
Jeff Green
Oh,
though
wait,
a garbage
over.
time
Wait a
guy?
second,
Is
wait
Jeff
a
Green
second.
garbage
We're gonna
time?
we're gonna be the only people in the world to take a Jeff Green point.
All right, 6.5.
You're right.
What
Yeah,
a,
just
what a
us
hilarious!
four.
I'm taking it because it's hilarious.
48 hours ago, Adam tried to take a Jeff Green prop.
They probably
and
took
you,
it down.
And you laughed him off the set.
Would I have hit it?
Or
I
did
don't
he
even
get the over and
remember.
under in that game?
I don't remember.
It was under.
Are you sure?
I think it was under, yeah.
I save Adam some money. I like the over on that one. The second unit's get out to an extended
Jeff Green had 6.
run.
It was over.
and he
DraftKings
just
is
wants
so
to dunk
good.
everything. I think he's gonna get more than
Duncan
3
Uncle,
dunks.
let's get it.
Yeah. A guy I feel for Denver that wants to get themselves going, and I feel like Denver wants to get them going just because he hasn't been scoring a lot lately. Bruce Brown. I think that they're going to try to give him some of that second unit run. I like his points at 11.5. I just
right.
really think that that's something
I'll
that they
take
could
it.
do.
I'll take it with you, Dev.
Yeah, it's a good one, actually.
Let's get the over on Bones steals.
Oh,
Bones
wow.
steals. It's at 0.5.
was
We
gonna
only
ask.
need 1.
Oh,
and
I
I think
love
it
this.
happens. Not only do I think it happens, I know how it's going to happen.
Okay.
He's going to steal it. He's going to run into the front court, alley-oop dunk. That's what's
Oh.
going to
To
happen
himself?
after the steal. No,
Dexter
he's going to
Duns.
throw it. That's just what's going to happen.
to himself.
I
And
can't
then
wait
Utah
for this
timeout.
one.
Utah timeout's going to happen.
Then
And
Utah timeout.
For
Wow.
the lock of the game.
Dev's on fire.
We already talking about Bones. It's going to be Bones. He's going to get the crowd going.
I love it.
His 3-pointers are at 2.5.
Man, it's too low. It's
That's
too little.
way too low. He's
Home
going to
game.
hit that. He's going to
It's feeling
dance all
hot.
night. And we're just going to argue about is it going to be Davon or is it going to be Bones that comes on the show tonight?
I love it. Might be both.
Davon.
Hey,
Why not
can
both?
I just give you guys a half
Definitely will be
court
Davon.
heave?
Yeah, he's coming for sure.
Half court heave. Christian Brown dunks on Malik Beasley tonight.
Oh, I love it. That's
Beasley owes him one.
hilarious, bro.
Beasley owes him one for the Christian Brown stuff at the rim at the last. Was it the last time the Jazz were? Yep. So I think Malik's going to try to get him back, and Christian Brown with the block, Christian's going to dunk
Well,
on him.
hopefully he's playing.
All right, I'm going to give you my single game parlay. It's called the Shooter Shoot Parlay.
Oh
The Shooter Shoot
I like
Parlay.
that one.
I'm taking 2 Jamal Murray threes. I think he got his rhythm this last game. I think he's knocking down some threes against the soft defense. I'm taking 2 KCP threes.
He's a
KCP's
shooter.
been in a rut.
Yeah.
You come home, you see your family, you know you're home for a while, you get a rhythm going. I'm taking 2 threes from him. And then this is where I get wild, you guys.
Oh.
I get wild. I'm taking Bones Highland 4 threes.
Let's go.
I'm taking Bones Highland 4 threes, and I have.
Davey.
You want to talk about stats? I've got
Yes.
stats for you. In 7 home games so far this season, Bones Highland has 0 threes. He got hurt. The Detroit game, he went out right away after getting sick. He has another game with 0, a game with 1. The rest of them, he's got a game with 5 threes, a game with 5 threes, a game with 6 threes, and a game with 7 threes.
Jeez.
Meaning he is more likely to get 5, 6, or 7 threes than any other outcome. I think Bones goes off for some threes tonight against a very short-handed second unit, and that's why I take the shooter shoot.
love
If you
this.
use your DraftKings profit boost.
Yeah.
You get this up to plus 840. I just put
Whoa.
$3 on this, you guys. $3.
Why not?
$130. Why not? All right, guys, that does it. We're going to go to the takeover. We're going to
take
go have
over.
some fun. We're going to take over All the Ball Arena. We hope you guys hit that like button before taking off and join us after the game. We'll be right back here. See ya.